And we welcome you inside the spacious and palatial New Jersey College Baseball Nation studios as we get set to bring you a preview show for the 2022 Shore Conference Tournament. Over the next hour, we will bring you many of the top participants, top players, top Shore athletes, Shore baseball players, as they talk about what is up ahead, the 2022 Shore Conference Tournament. All the action kicks off on Saturday. 26 teams going after the title that was won by Red Bank Catholic last year. So before we do that, let's go right to the brackets for this year's event. Take a look at the 26 teams that have qualified for the tournament. We'll highlight a few key games that we see on the bracket right now. We've got a couple of great first round matchups that we see right at the top of the bracket. The 9 versus 24 matchup could be a hidden gem as St. John Vianney, the 9 seed, hosts Jackson Liberty, the underdog 24 seed, smallest team enrollment-wise, numbers-wise, roster-wise in the tournament on the varsity squad, but a gritty team, some tough pitching. Lefty Chris Sasso, certainly a threat to face anybody and give them a good game. And we think that that matchup could be a really good one tomorrow. The other one that kind of hits us on the bottom of the bracket, it's the 15 versus 18 Central Regional facing a very motivated Monmouth Regional squad. Ranked, got the 18 seed in the bracket. Many people thought they'd be higher. A lot of people thought they'd be hosting a game. Ace Aiden Denton ready to go tomorrow in the opener. Looks like that could be a tough one for Central. A showdown between two teams that have strong records and are contenders to do some damage throughout the event. Second round matchups, a lot of these teams are second round matchups will take place Tuesday, again at the site of the better seeded team. Colts Neck looks like it has a tough one. The 8 versus 9 potentially against St. John Vianney. If Anthony Gubitosi is going against St. John Vianney's Aiden Cody, we could take the under in that one, set it at 1.5, see who wins that one, 1-0 maybe. 7 versus 10 matchup could be a great one. Another team that has some legit complaints about being underseeded is Ranney at number 10, despite some fantastic victories. But if you look closely, I know the Shore Conference Seeding Committee decided that some losses. They are 0-3 against teams above them in the seeding, including number 9 SJV in the Monmouth County tournament. So I know that was a tough one. But what it leads us with is a great potential 7-10 matchup on Tuesday. We are joined here by Aiden Cody, the outstanding right-handed pitcher, 2024 grad, St. John Vianney. Thanks for stopping by and hopping on our preview show.
Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. Shore Conference Tournament. So this is, last year you kind of got your first go around with a kind of a weird year. Everything was all kind of shortened and, nobody was really in school. Got bounced in the first round by Ocean. This year, got to be a different mentality. And what's kind of the thought with everybody coming in?
I think it's like we played differently this year. We've played differently from the start, I think, and we've proved that in multiple games this year already. And going into the Shore Conference, it's no different. We want to win something this year. for our seniors, they know it's their last chance at winning something, and just the group as a whole, we want to win something. So that's just the mentality going into it, and we know something's different.
Yeah, so short conference tournament, what does it mean to you? Because we got, depending on how things shake out, probably close to 30 teams, obviously qualifying, all the different divisions represented. What would it mean to win something like that, given like how crazy the short conference has been this year and how talented?
I mean, just competing some of the guys, it's some of the games that I've seen have just been amazing. And to win something like that this year, it's, if you get to that peak, you're one of the best. And I think that this team that we have this year has a shot at being that. And we're just that group of guys that can pull this off and win it, I think.
Yeah, it's kind of played out this year with so many of the 2-game series kind of being splits with all the top teams. You got a taste of a little bit of what the SET is like playing against Ranny a couple weeks ago in the Monmouth County tournament. Tell us about how crazy that game was. You start out pitching, take it into extra 7. You guys rally to win a great game against a really tough team, obviously, in 9 innings. What was that game like, just being a part of it, and how do you think that's going to carry over?
That game was something else. That was crazy. It was just the energy that we brought there. We knew that we knew going into it, nobody thought that we were going to win that game. If you look at what we were matched up against and who we were matched up against, they just, I think, went toe to toe with RFH and lost by 1. And then, they got St. John Vianney in the Monmouth County. They kind of wrote us off right away. And our whole team knew that going in. And we love that. We love that our whole team has that kind of mentality going into those games. And I'm just going to go out there and be a bulldog on the mound for my team. And, I battled in there and then came out, and our team got the job done eventually in the 9th. And our third baseman, Mateo, pulled it off with the homer in the 9th. And it was just, you can't cap off a game better than that, really. It was amazing. And the energy there was just crazy.
Yeah. What's it going to take offensively? Give us some of the, obviously you've done a great job on the mound. But 1-0 game, your last outing against another great pitcher, another great 2024 pitcher, Colin Condon. What's it going to take to get it done with the bats, and who've been some of the big guys hitting wise this year?
I think it's honestly just, it's about piecing things together a little bit. Our batting lineup, I think, overall as a whole is scary for any pitcher. We have I think he is one of the top hitters in the shore. Our shortstop Brady, he's just been really solid, and he's a guy that will get on base for you no matter what, no matter the situation, and he'll hit for you. We have Kyle, who's our catcher, and Mateo, who's our third baseman. Both are just great power hitters in the lineup. And then the 1 hitter is Dylan, and he'll get on for you. And 2 hitter is our second baseman, and he's another great hitter that has showed, really good hitting this season. It's just, and even at our back in the lineup, we're just overall a really solid hitting team. And going into those types of games like the short conference that we need to win, obviously, if we lose, it's over. I think that we're all just gonna be in that game, and our hitters are gonna be ready.
Yep. Aiden Cody, St. John Vianney. Tell me why it's going to be you guys. It's a great tournament, great field. Why SJV?
We're just different. We play different, and honestly, I don't think any team in the shore can match our energy. When we're on it, we're on, and it's just amazing playing with these guys. And all of the seniors, I'm gonna miss them next year, and it's just we need to win something, and we're coming for the short conference tournament.
Definitely one of the toughest pitchers around, 2024, Aiden Cody. uncommitted for now, but probably not for too long. Let's hope that goes well for you too, and certainly appreciate you taking a few moments with us on the preview show.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
We have Jack Frankovic here, pride of the Academy, the legend from the Academy, CBA, senior, headed to Lehigh, plays the field a little bit, pitches a little bit, hits leadoff a little bit, kind of does it all. So thanks for coming on, Jack.
Yeah, no problem. Thanks for having me.
Definitely. Heard a lot that CBA is, back. This is one of the stronger teams. It's been a few years since the dominant teams.
Mhm.
But it's the short conference. So there's even if you're back, you're running into crazy, nobody's record is that great. You guys are up there with anybody, right? I mean, is that kind of the feeling at this point? We'll put it all together. We can play with anybody.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, that's our whole mindset. We think we could play with anyone. We think we match up well with every team, and we're excited to go for this weekend in the short conference tournament.
Yes, sir. Pitching is always key. You guys got the arms, right? I mean, obviously, Colin Riley's getting the significant attention going to Tulane. You've shoved quite a few times during the year. I got to see you throw against Middletown South, obviously defending state champs Group 4 and getting a win there. But you got a few others filling out that staff. So tell us about the pitchers first.
Yeah, so me and Kyle, you talked about us. Yeah, I love Colin. He's awesome. Always in the zone. Always can rely on him.
Yep.
And then talking about some of the other guys like Tony DeJohn, I love him. He's got great stuff. Throws all his pitches anytime in the count. We can always rely on his off speeds. Rakasano, Luke, he's awesome. He's always shoving for us. Who else we got? We got Jack Norcus. He's always coming out of the pen with Brendan O'Keefe. They shove when they're on the mound. They do a great job. We also have Luke Ronayne, who's one of our closers. He's always good out of the pen. He had a rough last outing, but I trust him with everything. I love when he's in the game. I love the energy that he brings, and he's a good teammate.
You're Mr. Energy too with the in the lineup, leading it off. Obviously that's your game. Speed, got some power too. You got the energy there. But got a lot of hitters in that lineup. So let's hit a couple of the big ones.
Yeah. So after I bat, we got Alexi Stout. He's a really good bat, really consistent, gap to gap, base hit hitter. Love having him bat behind me. And then after that, it's Harrison Campy. He does it all. We know that. Yeah. Hits for contact, power, all that. And then Zane Teneski, he hits bombs too.
He hits bombs in his sleep, I think. He's like a monster.
He's awesome to watch, man. Great addition this year. He was at Jackson Liberty last year. It's good to have him in the dugout, all that kind of stuff. Great kid. Rakes too. And then our catcher, Joe Figlino, he's awesome. He's going to Clarkson next year for baseball. He's a really good hitter. He had a home run today against Manalapan to spark some fire in the second inning. And then after that, we got Gavin Cuss, George Cruz, and Liam Sweeney or Matt DeFeo, who are all gap-to-gap hitters who can sometimes get behind one and hit it out.
Playing at your park, everybody's a home run hitter.
Yeah.
Senior. So what would it mean to make a run here and win it or go deep into the SCT? And how is it different than states?
Yeah, in my opinion, I think Shore is I'm almost more focused on Shore than states because one, all the teams are from around here. I got buddies on all the other teams, so it always means a little bit more. Loves competing with them and against them, but it means a lot because my freshman year we went to Blue Claws and we won a Monmouth County tournament. Joe Scannon pitched that game. That was just an awesome experience. So I'm telling the guys how awesome it is to make a run. The game before that, Pat Riley faced Trey Dombrowski. That was just a great experience to watch. And so I keep telling them how awesome, what a good experience it is to make runs in these tournaments and that you'll remember it forever. I still got my Monmouth County trophy somewhere. It's here. Yeah, this is when we went to First Energy and we faced Ocean my freshman year. That was an awesome game. And so our sophomore season got taken away, and junior year we kind of had a little down year, only a couple of seniors. So now's the time, and I can't wait.
You think about it, Pat Riley against Trey. Trey's going to get drafted this year. Pat's tearing it up at Vanderbilt. He's a year away, I believe, to be drafted. I mean, it's like short conference baseball is crazy.
Yeah, it's awesome. Love it.
So give us the 30-second, why CBA this year? Why is the academy going to upset a few seeds along the way and bring it home?
I think our biggest thing is pitching depth. I think to win games, all you need is one good pitcher. Everyone knows that. But to really have success in these tournaments, you need multiple guys that can come out and shove whenever you need them to. And with these games all close together, the same guy can't go every game. And so I think it's more based on depth rather than that one ace. So I think teams like us, Mid-South, RFH, RBC, I feel like with those staffs can go deeper into this tournament. And I'm really excited to see how it goes.
Time to make it happen, right? Make your got to remember that senior year.
Can't wait.
This segment of the short preview, we're bringing in a couple of the big boys on the mound. Rumson Fairhaven, we got John Goods, we got Alex Stanyek from Red Bank Catholic, two of the best in the Shore, two of the top teams in the Shore. Thanks for stopping by, guys, and hopping on here.
No problem.
Yeah, thank you.
Alex, we'll start with you. Red Bank, a lot of hype coming into the season. You guys kind of hit a wall right away, had a big first game, then it kind of went south pretty quick. You guys have seems like you've gotten it together since then. What's been the key to keep everything going? And, how are we kind of feeling headed into the tournament?
I think in the beginning of the year, it was just a lot of we had a bunch of young guys, some unexperienced guys, and just kind of fell apart for a couple of games. It wasn't really we haven't played anyone that's more talented than us. It was just a chemistry thing and some inexperience. So right now we kind of got it more everything more together. So we've been winning a lot of games lately.
Yeah, we're gonna be nice to John and say they're equally talented since he's here.
I didn't mean like that. I just meant the two teams we lost to in the beginning.
No, obviously, I think there's you look at the top teams in the Shore, and I think they can compete with anybody in the state. And then I think it kind of shows when you guys play each other how many splits there are. John, you've kind of, between, last year, this year, and some of your games, you've seen a lot of teams. Short conference baseball, is that the biggest reason why this tournament's so legit?
I would say you come into every game in the short conference, anyone can beat anyone. That's what it is. It's crazy. Each team has their guy. Some have multiple. And if you don't come ready to play, you're going to get treated that way and you're going to get beat.
Yeah, so you guys started, you guys up until this week, last undefeated team in New Jersey up until a couple days ago, lost the back end to Red Bank Catholic, obviously. Declan threw a great game against you. And then today drop another tough one to Hal. You feel like everything's pretty much set where you need to be, though, to do what you have to do now?
We played some competition. We got feedback. We've learned to play in close games. I think we've had 5 games within one run this year. Our offense is ready to go. Our pitchers are ready to go. And our team's close together. We're going to work through it. There's no worries. I would say there's no worries. We're going to come out and compete against whoever we play. Either it's Brick Memorial or Neptune, just move on from there.
Yep. Now, Alex, speaking of close games, your last time out pitching against Middletown South, you're going up against Ben, and take that scoreless into the, you go into the 6th, Ben goes through 8. Games like that, do they just get you ready for postseason?
Yeah, I feel like that game was kind of a preview for. It was a postseason game in the Monmouth County tournament, but I feel like it was kind of a preview for maybe another matchup soon. So, he pitched a great game. We should have done a better job and just getting one run across and playing some small ball maybe, or been a little better in some situations. But it was a great game. He threw he threw the lights out. So
now you're a legit two-way, and I guess the plan is to be at George Washington in a couple of years too, right? So I mean, it's not just a good athlete swinging. What do you like more?
Last year it was definitely hitting. I was in more of a closer role because we had Shane Panzini, so that was kind of like what'd you say?
I said we heard of him. He's pretty good.
Yeah, he's all right, but he pitched all the big games last year, so I would close some, and I had a really good year hitting last year, and this year I had a hot start at the plate, but it kind of slowed down, and I had more of an upped role on the mound because of we lost Shane, but I kind of like them both. I love them both. I can't really choose.
Yeah. Now, John, I mean, you guys are both headed to D1. You've got your commits. You're going. You committed to Rutgers. Alex obviously committed to George Washington too. So, you're a senior. No, you're not. You're both juniors. What would it mean to you to win it this year?
I mean, it's just like another check on our list. We came into the year with 3 goals. It was win the A Central. We've done that. Our second goal is win short conference, and our third goal is to win the group. So it's just like along the path. It's our journey. It's what we want to do.
And Alex, I mean, obviously part of a championship team last year in this event. Roles are a little bit different now, and you're kind of in the role that Shane had as far as being the ace. Would it mean more to you this year, and given that, or would it just still be just kind of just as good?
I don't think it would mean more. It would be a little different. Last year I had a big spot at the plate last year too, and Shane. I mean, we got a lot of heat in the beginning of the year. A lot of people saying we're not going to be what we were last year because we didn't have Shane. So it would feel good for those reasons to win and just show some people we got a really good team overall. But it would mean just as much this year.
You guys just played each other 2 games, so I'm going to ask you what you see in the other team. That obviously you guys are 2 of the top, but John, you got to pitch against Red Bank Catholic. What do you see in their lineup that makes them such a challenge?
I mean, top to bottom, they're a complete order. They come to the plate, they're challenging, they're ready to go, they want to hit. They'll compete the whole game. Like, they were up 3-1 versus us. We took the lead 4-3, and they put competitive at-bats together till the last out.
And Alex, I mean, you didn't get to throw against Rumson yet. Could change potentially in the semifinals if you both get there. But what do you see from your spot in the outfield those 2 games?
Our face is just a really complete team. They don't make any errors. They 1 through 9, they're just solid. They don't make mistakes. They just have a really good ball club. The pitching, I think, is the best part about their team. They have a lot of guys that are just tough at bats, like John and Charlie, obviously. So
I'll give you guys one last shot here. Tell me why, you're talking about 2 of the top 4 teams. I want you to tell me why you guys are going to win the whole thing.
I mean, it's one word for us, and it's camaraderie. Each player on our team is closer than the one they're next to, and we play together as a family, and that's what we think will carry us.
Alex?
I mean, I think it's just how it comes down to how bad we want it. I mean, we have a lot of talent on our team, and it's the same kind of thing, kind of a team chemistry thing. And if we all want it, we all come together as a team, we should have a good shot.
Yep, we'd have to wait a week or so till you guys do get to square off again for game 3 if it happens. Hope so. Would be obviously just as epic as the first 2 games. John Goods, Alex Stanyek, thanks for dropping by the preview, and good luck.
Thanks for having me.
Thank you.
All right, we are joined now by 2 of the top right-handed pitchers in the Shore Conference this year. We got Tyler Kane from Manalapan. We got Aiden Denton bringing the truth for Monmouth Regional this year. Welcome, guys. Thanks for popping on the preview show.
Thank you for having us.
Yeah, same here.
Tyler, we'll start with you. You guys had a frustrating start to the season, like literally from day one, right? You hit the pitch count in the 6th inning against Howell, I think it was.
Yeah, it was.
Kind of fell and lost that late and started slow, 1-5. and it was frustrating. But you've turned it around since, got yourself back over 500. What has been the key to the turnaround?
I think the key is we've had confidence. The first 5 games, we just didn't expect it. After last year's success, coming in as like a senior captain, I was kind of expecting us to win, like we've always done. It's Manalapan. Everyone hates us for just either being terrible people or winning, but ignore that. I mean, we hit a rock, and we just had to build confidence every day in practice. We had a couple team meetings, coaches were talking to us, and we just had to push through it. It was tough, and strong wins together. I mean, Long Branch helped us out. We kind of got our foot back, and miraculously, we somehow did it, and we just got to keep going with this momentum.
Definitely. And Aiden, you guys have been plugging along pretty nice all year. How's it been going? And you've been able to stay and have a good record and still kind of get slept on by everybody. What's been the key for you guys?
Well, we're just having fun. I think that's what it comes down to. We were friends. We've been playing ball together for years now, and we were unsure about a couple positions, and some guys stepped up, and it's been huge for us. And seeing everyone play together and have fun out there, you can't beat it. And when you put it all together, it's special to watch too.
Definitely. Now you are both, I'm guessing, not fans of the pitch count rule for different reasons, different games in the past. Aiden, yours was more recent. We kind of know that you had Rumson beat earlier this year, and that pitch count kind of snuck up on you 1 out too soon. You still take a lot of confidence from that going into your games?
Oh yeah. As a club, expecting to have won that game really proves a lot about us. The number, I think they were 4 in the state at the time, competing against them and losing a walk-off. It really, we were hungry. We were hungry after that, and we didn't want to have that feeling again. So we use that as motivation going forward, really.
Yeah. No. Tyler, we'll bring up your bad memory of the pitch count last year, SCT semifinals against Red Bank, taking a lead late in the game and having to, hit the same thing. That run last year, getting that far, and you guys have always, had a lot of success. You've got, Christian Bernardini, among others, in the outfield, certainly one of the star juniors in the county. Does that help going into this year, knowing that you guys have really, it's a tough tournament, but you guys have really kind of had a run, that you remember obviously pretty well?
Yeah, it actually does. It helps that a decent portion of our team actually has experience in this type of atmosphere. We played, I think there's like at least 6 or 7 of us who have played in high pressure games, and hopefully that pays out when it comes down to these stressful situations. So
yeah, now senior year for you, Tyler. Next year headed off to George Mason. Certainly one of a great D1 program, but what would it mean? Why is this so special? Why is the Shore Conference tournament so special for you?
It's the last one. I mean, this is what you've grown up looking at. I've known older guys who have played through this tournament, and this is the dream to get through this tournament. It's honestly, it's known as one of the hardest tournaments to win in the state. And the Shore Conference is filled with some of the best teams, and in order to win this, it's honestly an accomplishment. So it's what keeps you going.
Definitely. Now, Aiden, I'm going to, you got, there's a Colin Denton on the team this year. A little 9th grader, not so little, but one of the top freshmen around. What's it mean to kind of get there with him and have him on varsity with you and doing so well this year?
It's actually tough to describe. My parents wanted us to be on the same team because it's easier, but to be able to share the field with him, it's truly awesome because I see the work he puts in, and when other people that don't really see behind the scenes, and seeing him thrive and shine in this environment, it's really special, and I love to watch him play. He's going to be really good.
Yep. Now you're set for the first round to be on the mound.
Yep.
Give you a real quick kind of your parting here. Why is Monmouth going to be the sleeper team that stuns everybody and puts on a run here?
We're a gritty team. People say we don't score enough runs to win games, but we've proved that we find ways to win games, and we'll continue to prove why that's the case going forward.
Tyler, you guys start out 1-5. There's a lot of history on your side, but certainly, maybe not quite the dominating record there has been, but you guys have, like I said, turned it around, playing great ball lately. You're not set for round one. You'd have to get to round two because of a little 16 strikeout game earlier this week that you threw. But why are we going to see Manalapan making a run this year?
I believe in our pitchers. We are an underrated staff, I feel like, and we roll in with the confidence that we've had recently. Our hitting and fielding will come around, and as a team, we just got to lead us on the mound.
Yep. Tyler, Kane, Aiden Denton, thanks for dropping by this show today.
Of course.
Thank you so much.
Hopefully we get to see you guys make some noise starting Saturday. We bring in Anthony Gubitosi, Colts Neck senior, for this segment. Senior left-hander. Tyler sticking around a little bit. These guys know each other for many years, and now we've got probably or pretty darn close to. It got to be 1-2 in the short conference and strikeouts this year. At this point, Anthony 82, I think, in like 42 innings, and Tyler 76 and 38 innings. So we're talking about guys striking out 2 batters an inning. Anthony, we got an 18 strikeout game and a 17 strikeout game, I think, this year.
Yeah, I think NJ.com actually has some of the stats wrong, but it's 88 in 43 innings, not 44.
Okay.
But yeah, I had an 18-game strikeout against St. John Vianney. Yeah, it was just a really good game, close, tight game. I think we won 2-1, 2-0. They're a good hitting team. And yeah, it just felt really good.
Yeah, so like Tyler going to George Mason next year, you're going to, I guess they're in the Colonial now, University of Delaware.
Yes.
And congratulations on that, first of all. But this last go around for you in the short conference tournament, what does it mean to be a senior playing in this event?
No, it means a lot. Last year, we lost on a heartbreaker. In the second round, we actually had a bye last year. Last year we lost to Middletown South in a really close game, 2-1. Their pitcher threw a no-hitter, and then I threw a one-hitter, and that one hit being a bunt. But no, we're looking to get after it. Probably playing Saturday, not gonna have a bye, and then we're just gonna roll from there.
Tyler, what makes Anthony so tough? I mean, he throws hard, but it's not like, there's guys who throw harder, which is crazy to me because you're throwing upper eights and that's like ridiculous. But so it's not pure velocity 100%, but what makes Anthony so tough to hit?
I mean, from what I remember, it's, you don't want to mess with him. He's on the mound. I remember him. He'd get on the mound and he'd just like stare you down. And then when he strikes you out, like he'll let you know, like I'd be scared to face him. And even in 3 years ago when I still was hitting, I wouldn't want to get in the box against him. He's just powerhouse.
You stop hitting because of guys like Anthony. Is that what we're saying?
Easily. Once I got out of the rec leagues, travel ball wasn't for me.
No. Anthony, that pretty accurate. It's a fierce competitor and bulldog. I've heard that, and it's got to be pretty accurate, I guess.
No, yeah, I would say that's pretty accurate. That's a part of my game. I like to get fired up, and it's like, a baseball game people say is boring. Just pitch after pitch, not a lot of movement. But I feel like I make it more like interesting. If I strike a guy out, I'm gonna walk around the mound, like I'm gonna let you know that I struck you out. But yeah, I just fire up. It's all rhythm for me. And yeah.
There's a lot of guys. One of the fun things about the short conference, you get a night game, you get a game where it's two rivals. The intensity is so high, and the energy is so great. I mean, do you guys both really feed off that?
Yeah.
Definitely.
You can go.
Gotcha. When the crowd's into it and you got all your fans lined up on the line,
Yeah.
all their benches chirping you, like you just feel the energy bouncing off. You're like, damn, I really need to make a good pitch here, and it gets you going. It's adrenaline, but you got to learn how to control it. So.
Yeah, I agree with that also. But when I have like another team yelling at me, screaming, get a bucket or whatever they say, I just try and like tune it out. Not get caught up into that. I don't talk to the other team. They could say whatever they want to me. And I'll just completely tune it out. But yeah, having a bunch of fans there and a bunch of people at the game, it's definitely, a huge adrenaline pump. And yeah, I love it.
Was that tough for you to learn to because I mean, obviously if you're going to be that way, you're going to get it back. And I mean, that. Was it tough to be able to block that out and it's just noise and you're so locked in that it doesn't really matter?
Yeah, no, it was tough at first. It's tough to swallow. And I got a bunch of other guys, talking to me, actually yelling at me, and umpires not stopping the game, talking to them. But at this point, I'm just so used to it. Now I've seen this past year, I mean, guys will just constantly call time and time and time after strikeout after strikeout, because they're just trying to delay my rhythm and just try and get me out of a funk. And that's been a huge thing where guys will just call time and after time and pause the game. And I'm just sitting there waiting. My coach playing, saying that they can't call time for no reason. It got to the point at the St. John Vianney game where they're calling time after every other pitch. They're stepping out of the box, taking a practice swing where at this point I'm used to it. And I'll throw a practice pitch. When they call time, I'll just pretend like I threw a pitch and get back up there.
Yeah, so kind of the same with me also. The worst is when the coach calls time and then calls the batter over, and then you got to watch the guy walk all the way down, all the way back, and you just got to learn how to fight through it. Especially last year I saw it in my game. My walks were up last year. I didn't really learn how to deal with this type of pressure, especially with sophomore year canceled. Supposed to throw then, so it's definitely been a learning process for me. But.
And it's going to be jacked up that much more for the short conference tournament too, right, Anthony?
Yeah, I'm sure it's going to be crazy.
Yep. No, we already heard from Tyler. Tell us why Colts Neck is going to win it this year, or certainly make a run.
I think Colts Neck will make it run or possibly win it because of our pitching depth. Our coaching is top tier. We have 4 really, really good coaches. Even if we're down, let's just say 8-0 in the 5th inning, our team has heart. We don't quit until the last pitch is thrown. We're constantly, yelling, cheering for our team, and we just have heart. We have depth. Our catcher is really, really good, which I think, to me, a really good catcher makes a team. He's the heart of the team. And yeah, we have a fantastic catcher, probably one of the best I've ever thrown to. And all around, just a really, really solid team. And I think that's why we're going to make a run for it.
Tons of energy when you guys are pitching. We hope we get the chance to see you get the ball for the short conference tournament. Anthony, you got some eligibility. You're ready to go, depending on what we see on Saturday. Tyler might take a game, I guess, before you get in, but let's hope that happens. Appreciate it, guys, and pleasure to talk with 2 of the best in New Jersey. We're going to the audio hotline here for this next segment. We've got Ben's iPhone. It's Middletown South star Ben Schild, outstanding pitcher and hitter. We got to rep the 2 ways. We're not POs.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Thanks for coming on, Ben, and hopping on for a few minutes. And you've never looked better. It's good to see you.
Thank you very much. Yeah, I'm sorry that I couldn't get a video on, but gotta get food for the family.
That's right.
So, but I'm happy I could be on.
Definitely. Now you were off for a little bit, had some time off the mound, right? A little kind of soreness working through, but obviously came back and pitched a gem against Red Bank in the Monmouth County semifinals. Felt good, I'm guessing, and good to go, and you're feeling ready now.
Yeah, definitely. I felt great. I'm happy to fully be back. Was definitely mad that I was out for a week and a half, 2 weeks, but
definitely happy to be back now, and can't wait to start the short conference tournament in states.
I was going to say better to have that and go through that and kind of regroup and all that, before all this stuff, right? I mean, short conference tournament's obviously huge, and you guys have a title to defend when it gets to June too. So
yeah, definitely. We're really excited about it.
Yeah, so tournament season, that was obviously big last year, going through winning Group 4 states. But the short conference title was one that you didn't get. Red Bank did last year. So, I mean, what would it mean for you and the guys to make a run and possibly win it this year?
Yeah, it would mean so much. I mean, short conference tournament, that's definitely a big one for everyone in the shore. It's the best of the best. We came so close last year before we lost to RBC and Shane. So we're just really excited about it, to be honest. We want it really badly. We think we have the key components to win it, and hopefully we can just go out there and play.
Definitely. Now, got to ask a truthful question here. You got to give me 100% truthful answer. What would you rather have happen? Championship game, you are on the mound to get the last out, or you are at bat to get a walk-off hit to win the title?
Oh, on the mound to get the last out. 100%.
All right. We just want to make sure the extent of your two-wayness here. Whether you some guys would rather be at they're pitchers, but they still like to think they can swing it pretty good.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't say I could swing it pretty good. I get the job done sometimes, but definitely on the mound is where I should be and where I should stay, not always hitting.
Definitely. Now, you guys, obviously are going to be one of the favorites to make the run here, based on your success and some of your big games this year. Who are some of the other guys who are stepping up now and playing great baseball and being hot? And obviously it had to have been awesome to get a big win this week with one of our sophomores, Mason Christopher, on the mound. But certainly him and Brevin and some of those other guys are going to be counted on to throw some big games.
Oh yeah, definitely. I mean, we have a few sophomores who really kind of came out of nowhere and are coming up really big in big games. They're throwing some really good innings. I'd say right now, Brevin Bezic, he's locked in right now. He's been throwing great. Will Christopher's been throwing great.
Yeah.
We got our closer, Evan Wood. He's kind of just been going into games and absolutely shutting everyone down. So pitching wise, we're looking really good, and hitting our lineup, we're hot right now. We're playing really good. Joe Stans has got to be the most feared hitter in the state right now. So nobody wants to pitch to him.
No, certainly seems that way. And certainly when they do, it doesn't usually end well.
It does not. He hits baseballs very, very far.
That's right. Be glad you're on the same team.
Yeah, definitely.
We'll let you go have dinner. We appreciate you clocking in for a few minutes, and hope to catch you throwing again before the end of the year.
Yeah, definitely. Sounds great. Thank you for having me.
Awesome. Thanks, Ben. Here on the short conference tournament preview show, we brought Roll Griggs back to the show. Sean Griggs, Mr. Third base for RBC, for Red Bank Catholic, one of the top teams in the short conference tournament, defending champs, which he was a part of last year, and we ready to run it back.
Yeah, thanks for having me again, Mike.
Always. Be ready to. I think the guys are. I mean, I know it's been a strange season, right? I mean, you come out and win by like 3 touchdowns the first game, and everybody thinks we're the best team in the state, and then all of a sudden you're 1-2 and starting all over. And been a lot of tough games since then. But you think the guys are like in a pretty good spot here to get it going.
Yeah, it's definitely been a roller coaster from the start of the season. But we've definitely been picking it up the past few weeks. Like the lineup's been hitting. I mean, we're really starting to roll through. Our pitching's figuring it out. And really, like 1 through 9, we're finding ways to score more runs and just tack on throughout the game. So it's just like really rolling for us right now. And you know, even if like one part of our lineups in a little bit of a slump and we're not getting together, like people are picking each other up, and you know, the other half of the lineup's doing something when the other's not. It's just really working out so far. But you know, other than those few losses, I'm pretty confident on what's coming forward for us.
You guys have had a lot of epic games this year against good, you know, shore conference teams. I mean, the CBA game was a crazy one that went in your favor. The Middletown South game in the shore conference was a crazy one that went against you. And then, you know, the other day beating Rumson in an awesome, you know, full energy game. You know, do those things, do they help you when you get to this time of year?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, when we're facing really good arms, like high D1 arms, it's just, you know, it's like seeing something totally different for our lineup. And just going into other games when we're seeing, you know, like the average high school pitcher, it makes our whole lineup feel better. But like, you know, that big RFH game the other day, bouncing back after we lost the first game in the series, that was just like a big confidence booster, especially after losing to Mid-South on Monday.
But I mean, even those, you know, Ben goes toe to toe with Alex, who's been like an animal every time he's been on the mound. He's like, you can't take if it weren't for pitch count, he would have, you know, he's never come out of a game.
Oh yeah, exactly. I mean, like, you know, when Alex is going in a game feeling good and, you know, on a good rest, feeling healthy, I mean, our whole team's confident in him. Like, we know, I mean, I'm confident if we just scratch one run off the board, I mean, he could get it done for us. He could, you know, keep him to, you know, a scoreless point throughout the whole game. And, you know, he never wants to come out. He'll go, you know, until his arm falls off. The rest of our pitching staff, we got like Steven Svensson, Declan Leary, Dama Almachi, all these prior, like all these kids that are stepping up and playing big roles this year. And that gives us a pretty good depth. Like, and then even in the bullpen, like if we're in trouble, we have, you know, our big guy Ashton and Dylan Paso coming in, you know, throwing some good innings. But coming in with that depth for the tournament, you know, like gives us a little confidence and know if we scratch a few runs off the board that we could get it done.
We'll ask you this to finish off then. I mean, you've been a part of an SEC, geez, I'm like foreshadowing, an SCT champ. Why is Red Bank going to run it back this year?
We've had some heartbreaking losses this year, you know, against some big teams. We just, you know, it'd be really nice back to back to back. You never really heard of it. Like, it'd be awesome to do that. Like, I mean, get my second one my sophomore year, but especially for these seniors, you know, you never want to let your seniors down. You always want to win something for them. And because they're playing their heart out every day, they're giving it their all. And, you know, we're just playing with a lot of energy and doing whatever we can to get it done.
Absolutely. Now we, you know, everything gets underway on Saturday, but, you know, certainly you guys are well positioned. So we'll see how it goes, and, you know, hope to catch you in some big games coming up soon. We are here on the Shore Conference Tournament Preview Show. We got Dominic Masino, the outstanding shortstop, junior shortstop at Central. Thanks for coming on, Dom, and hope all is going well.
Thanks for having me.
Absolutely. Tell us about Central's season. 13-7, certainly got one of the most talked about and top pitchers in the state on your team, Cam Leiter. Yeah. Also swings it a little bit too. I think he likes to talk about that as much as his pitching. But it's, you know, obviously to have a winning record and playing in the Shore Conference and playing in big schools, it's got to be more than that, right? So tell us some of the other guys who are doing well.
Yeah, obviously we have Cam. Every time he's on the mound, we know we have a really good shot to win. Tyler Bell, he puts us in a position to win pretty much every single time he's on the mound.
No-hitter time too, right? He threw a no-hitter earlier this year.
Yeah, he no-hit East. And then we got a couple other good starters. Our bullpen's pretty good. Our offense comes through when we need to. Probably needs to pick it up a little bit, but we get it done.
One of the things that I can tell, or it certainly seems that way, is you guys get along well and play together well. I mean, is that as true as it seems?
We have our moments. I mean, we're pretty close.
Yeah, I mean every family fights a little bit,
Yeah.
but I mean for the most part, you guys are a pretty tight group.
Yeah.
I think that probably helps in close games, and going through like last year, winning the OCT, having a nice run in states, and obviously losing a tough game to the eventual state champ. Those kind of things seems like it helps this time of year to have those experiences.
Yeah, definitely.
Good sophomore year, but probably one of the things that you realized at the end of the year last year was needed to hit the weight room a little bit, need to get a little bit stronger. Tell us about how that went, how you were able to get bigger, and let's talk about some of the results, as in walk-off homer earlier this week.
Well, I was in the weight room about 5 times a week. I gained about 25 pounds. I did a whole arm care program. I gained about 7 miles an hour on my infield velocity. So that was big.
Mm-hmm.
And then just worked hard in the gym, gained a lot of weight.
And hitting wise, right? We go from, having that like gap power to all of a sudden being able to hit a few over the fence, right?
Yeah.
What was the most exciting this year?
This year, no, I mean the walk-off has to be up there. We were battling all game and then we pulled it out in the end.
Yep. Trailing all game, or a lot of the game too, right? That was.
Well, they let off the game with a home run, and then we were kind of down. Then I got on, and Cam singled me home. Then it was 1-1. Then it was 2-1. Then we brought it back in bottom of the 7th.
What's it like playing with Cam? Like I said, big guy, gets a lot of attention. Certainly, every time he's pitching, you got the guys with the radar guns behind the plate, the scouts. Also loves to take those big Cam hacks when he's at the plate. But what's it like with playing with a guy like that is.
It's awesome. Cam's a great teammate. He's always helping everyone out. He'll tell you how the pitcher's throwing, everything. It's great.
Yeah. Obviously, it's been a while since Central had that famous run years ago, state tournament, 1984, when Uncle Al was pitching on the team.
Yeah.
He's been back a couple of, this year and to watch, I guess, the day that the field was dedicated. What would it be like? I mean, do you think about being able to make a run like that this year?
I mean, obviously, everyone wants to win state. It would be amazing. Just hope we could string it together.
Definitely. So it's going to take some pitching. We've got some timely hitting, and give us the quick version as to why Central Regional is going to win the SCT this year. Make a run at it.
I mean, every time Cam's on the mound, we have a chance to win. We just gotta string across a couple runs, and we know Cam will shut it down for us, and we'll be good to go. Just offense needs to put up runs. That's it.
Absolutely, that's right. That's your job, hitting leadoff now. You like hitting leadoff this year.
I love it. I get on base. Cam's up next. Just gotta get on for him.
That's right. That's right. When he's up, you could score from it. It doesn't matter. There is no scoring position. You just got to get on base.
Yep. Get on base, steal. Cam will get me home.
That's right. Dom Masino, this portion of our preview show, Central Regional. We appreciate the time, Dom, and look forward to catching you guys making another couple runs at some titles this year. All right, we are here with two of the best in seniors, not just in the Shore Conference, but also in New Jersey, headed off to their P5 schools. But before we do that, we've got one last go around in the SCT. So we thank and welcome Sir Fischer, Andrew Fischer, Wall Township, Zach Crotchfelt, Jackson Memorial. Thanks for coming on, guys, and welcome.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah, my pleasure.
Oh, this is actually going to go out to both of you guys because you both are still in your county tournaments. How do we handle so many big games at once, and what makes the Shore Conference tournament so special? We'll let Zach go first.
All right. Yeah, I mean, we just handle the games by taking it, one game at a time, one inning at a time, not thinking too far ahead into the future. Because, when it gets to tournament time, single elimination, in order to keep playing, you got to win the game right in front of you. So there's no point in thinking about the next game or the game ahead, because if we have a game right in front of us, it's all about, handling what we got at the moment. It's tough having a lot of games at once, kind of like we have this week, but it'll be good. I think it's going to be a good challenge for us this week, and it'll help us in the future when we get in a similar situation with Shores and States and stuff. So,
Andrew, same.
Definitely. I would say Zach worded it perfectly. Day to day here. Obviously, you have a game, 2 days from now, but you also have a game tomorrow. So, you got to plan for tomorrow's win and all hands on deck. So whatever it takes to win that game to move on to the next one, whether it be in the Monmouth County tournament or Shore Conference, or, even if eventually conflicts with the state tournament, I think you got to win what's in front of you. You got to go at it with your best, and it doesn't matter who you face. You could see that pretty much any game. Some of the better teams can lose to one of the worst teams in the league or opposite. So anything can happen in baseball. So you got to all hands on deck for the game in front of you.
Your last go around, both of you, in the SCT, the last chance to win the Shore Conference title. Both probably figure to be somewhere in the top 10 seeds, and in the Shore Conference, that means you're plenty good enough to go on a run. What would it mean to you guys to win it as seniors, for your school?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, you got it, man. You got it, man. Take it.
All right. No, I was just gonna say. I mean, for me, I've never won any tournament. So through middle school, we've contended. We won one divisional tournament, but aside from that, I've never been a state champ. I've never been a Shore Conference champ. I've never been a county champ. I think it's gonna be a different feeling. Obviously, we won in the quarterfinals of the Monmouth County tournament against Howell, who was the number 1 seed. And I would say, even at a quarterfinal moment, just the adrenaline going through my body, when coach put me on the mound was just unreal. After I hit that home run in, the second inning, and the score was like 8-4 in the second inning, I just knew we were in a battle there. So I expect every game coming up to be a battle. Like I said earlier, it doesn't matter who it's against, but I think a championship would be unreal. So I don't know. I can't describe how the feeling is going to be, but I can tell you it's going to be something special.
Yeah, for sure. I definitely agree, man. I think it's, especially being that it's our last year being seniors, like Fish said, my team hasn't really won anything. I mean, in the last dance, we won the southern part of the tournament. And other than that, we really haven't won anything. And we've been expected to, play late into tournaments, win tournaments, and we haven't pulled it out. So I think everybody kind of looks at us now like we don't have those same guys, and to go and win it now while everyone's expectation is that we're not going to win because we haven't won in years past, is just something even more special, and it just kind of shows the the tenacity and the grit of Jackson baseball. So yeah, I mean, if we win, that dog pile is going to feel special, man. Any tournament is, we want to win all three, of course, but any one, we're going to be grateful for it and celebrate for sure.
And you guys kind of mirror each other that way because you're both part of programs that have state title tradition or, county title tradition in the past. And now this is kind of your chance to add to that kind of history and legacy too. You both have, and to kind of keep this mirror thing going, it seems like you both have like the same kind of team in that you're never out of a game, it seems like this year, or at the same time, there's been times where no lead is really safe.
Right.
Is it as crazy as it seems? And give us the quick answer as to why, Zach, you go first, why Jackson's going to win it this year, and then Fish, you tell us why Wall's winning it this year.
Yeah, I mean, I think the quick version is taking a look at when things click for our team, when we have, our pitching's on, our defense is on, and our offense is on. When all three things are working, we're a very hard team to beat. And, we got depth through the lineup, through, our pitching staff. It's deep. And when everything's clicking for us, it's tough to beat us.
And you're kind of the same. I mean, you guys have had times where you've been like the best team in the short conference, and like in the same game, not quite the best team in the short conference.
Definitely. I guess the way I would say this is just like you said, Wall has a winning tradition. Wall's always a tough team. I guess I'm going to speak on behalf of most other teams in the conference. Say we had no record this year. I think most teams don't want to draw Wall in the short conference tournament, as they don't want to draw Jackson Memorial. RBC is another one like that. Rumson's another team like that. Just teams you don't want to match up with. It doesn't matter what their record is. We're always coming with a game plan and a will to go on. If in the first inning you punch us in the mouth with a grand slam, just know in the bottom half of the first inning, we're coming right back. So I definitely think that's something we take pride in. We get knocked down, we're not down for long. And if we are, there's one kid at least on this team that's going to help pick us up and get us going. So I'm not too worried about it. I'm not stressing about it. I'm confident in the boys. So I think we're going to be all right.
I mean, Zach, I don't know about you, but I think I'd be scared to try to take something from Fish if he really wanted it,
Hey, man, I've known Fish for a long time. All our lives, we've always been the underdogs, man. And trying to take something from an underdog is just not a fight that you want to be in, man. And I know if we were to square up against Wall, it would be, I think there'd be 1,000 people there because it'd just be that good of a game.
It'd be a dog fight.
It would. It really would be.
It'd be a hell of a short conference final. Let me tell you that.
I strike you out, though. No doubt about it. I strike you out.
Listen, you might get one, but guess what's happening in the other two?
Yeah, okay.
Guys, we appreciate you taking some time with us here on the preview show. Let's hope that we do get a Wall versus Jackson matchup now somewhere along.
Awesome.